My big dream is to one day direct narrative feature films. And fast forward, it's been 5 years now since I've graduated from college, but I haven't really made a narrative film since 2015. I've tended to have this big expectation of like, oh, I have to make these like amazing, big, fun, epic films. One thing that I've been learning lately is that my self-worth isn't tied to the stuff that I make. So that's given me some oomph, I guess, some more courage. So lately I've been working really hard on a short film called Belong. To kick things off today, let's step into a time machine and go back to when I was in high school. Not a lot of you probably know this, but before I went to high school in grade 9, I was a homeschooler all the way through elementary school. I found that as a homeschooler, it was pretty easy for me to be myself. It was pretty easy for me to be open with other people. I felt like I was popular. I'd like to joke that I was the top of the class. But when I went to high school, it was a bit of a tough transition.
All right, so we're here live reporting for the grade 9 orientation day at All Saints.
I remember the first couple days just feeling a little bit overwhelmed at how many people there were, at how different the culture was in some ways. You know, every day at lunch, going into the cafeteria to look around at the busy cafeteria and not really know where I belonged. I would see these little groups of people, but not that I didn't have any friends, but sometimes it just felt hard to know where to sit. I felt like an outsider. Those high school experiences were something that I think was in the back of my mind as I was starting to write. I knew that I wanted the story generally to be about someone who was in this place of loneliness and isolation and just feeling stuck and not really knowing why. After a couple drafts, my early outline went something like this. First of all, in the introduction, we see this character named Adam, and he's going through his daily routine, but it's obvious he's not really connecting with people. Then the catalyst is he comes across this poster advertising this new book released by this self-help guru, and it's advertising this bulletproof plan to reinvent oneself and find love. So Adam's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. He's working out, he's goes shopping for more stylish clothes, and he's trying out different hairstyles and stuff like this. And then in the climax of this film, he finally gets this big break, and he lands a date with the girl of his dreams. So, he's super excited for this. It's the anticipation is building up, and he's getting ready, and he's waiting for this girl, and waiting. But unfortunately, he gets stood up. She never shows up. He is ghosted. So it feels like everything he's worked so hard for has hit a dead end, and he's lying awake in bed that night, tossing and turning, can't sleep, and his fears are catching up with him. We see these like internal flashbacks as his insecurities are really pounding at him. And then I knew I wanted to have at this point of the film some sort of transformational moment, some sort of like light bulb experience that gets Adam from a place where he's feeling down to a place where he has the courage to connect with other people. But the tricky part was I didn't really know what this transformational beat should be. Like, originally I was thinking that Adam needed to take this big, courageous step, joining this group of strangers that he had never met before and starting to bond with them and open up with them. I tried a bunch of different options, but nothing quite felt right. So at this point, I had been doing quite a few drafts, and I was starting to feel pretty discouraged. The big breakthrough for me there was actually in reading this book called Changes That Heal. One thing the author talks about, he uses this example of the human heart, how the heart has two pipes coming in and two pipes going out, how in a similar way we're made for both outputs to be loving other people and connecting with other people, but we're also made with inputs. In order to be healthy, we need to receive love and support and encouragement from other people. And he points out that Often something goes wrong and there's like a blockage there. Something happens where it's hard for us to receive the love and support that we need to move forward in our lives. Another important memory for me was just starting high school. I joined this hockey class. It's kind of like gym class, but in addition to the regular gym stuff, we would play hockey together. And unfortunately in this class, there was a couple guys who liked to pick on me, whether it was how comfortable I was with my body, or whether it was not being in a relationship like them, or having as much experience dating girls as them and stuff like that. And it made me feel like high school wasn't a super safe place to be myself. I guess I learned to put my walls up, so to speak, that I could just, be cool enough or whatever, I'd be safe and avoid embarrassment and stuff like that. I became more concerned about how I could protect myself than looking for ways to authentically connect with other people. And for me, I realized the solution wasn't to do something big and heroic or impressive to connect with other people. It was just to let my walls down and to be real with the people who were already in my life and to just accept their love and support and encouragement right where I was at. That's what I realized Adam needed too. He needed a buddy. So now in the outline, after he's gone through this bummer experience where he gets ghosted in this online date and he can't sleep at night, his buddy Eric comes out when he's moping around. Eric encourages him and Adam opens up to him a little bit. Eric invites him to hang out with some of his friends. That's the transformational scene or beat that gets Adam into more of a healthy direction. We see him start to slowly open up to this new group of friends that he's made until in the end of the film, we see them throw him a surprise birthday party. We can see that he's finally found a place where he feels like he truly belongs. That's the film, that's the script. After adding those beats to the script and it felt like, okay, this is clicking. And after struggling so long with the script, it was such a good feeling to finally have the scenes click into place and feel like, yes. I'm excited to continue this adventure with you guys moving forward with the production of the film, and I hope you've enjoyed this little story of the development of the film and some of the things I've been learning in my own life. It's been teaching me a lot about how we're made to be connected with other people. We're made to be in healthy relationships. Let me know your thoughts. Feel free to drop me a comment or shoot me a message if you've got feedback or thoughts about the film or you just want to chat. I look forward to seeing you again in episode 3.